With Marvel Studios' Black Widow only a month away, amongst all the current catastrophe, Disney was left with no other choice than to pull it from release indefinitely. With us all left scratching our heads and wondering, will it be released theatrically? Will it go straight to Disney Plus? Disney has finally given us our answer to those and many other questions, having released an updated theatrical release schedule. In this video, I will go over all of the new release dates for the upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe slate, most films of which have been delayed or moved around. There are of course a few disappointments in here, though there are a few surprises too. As no official word has been made on any of the Disney Plus series just yet, please note that I'll only be briefly touching on them here. Please also note, for simplification, I'll strictly be speaking US release dates. Before we get into this, don't forget to hit that like button, it does wonders in getting my content out there, and additionally weigh in down in the comments with your thoughts on all of this. With that, there is a lot to cover, so let's get into it. Launching on Disney Plus in August of 2020 is supposed to be The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Though there's no mention of this on Disney's theatrical slate because, well, it's not a theatrical release, it's safe to assume for narrative reasons and for the fact that the show's production has been shut down, the series will see a release bump, most likely to the December 2020 slot currently held for WandaVision. The series will star Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie as Bucky and the Falcon as they team up in the aftermath of Avengers Endgame, which saw Falcon take on the mantle of Captain America. The first entry in the MCU's fourth phase, Black Widow, will open on November 6, 2020, bumped from its original May 1, 2020 release and taking the slot originally held by the studio's The Eternals, making it the single theatrical Marvel Studios release in 2020. No word yet regarding delays on this year's planned Disney Plus series. The film will kick off the MCU's fourth phase with a prequel of sorts set between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War, focusing on Natasha Romanoff's return to Russia to tie up old business from her scattered past. It will of course star Scarlett Johansson in her first MCU starring role, alongside Florence Pugh, Rachel Weisz and David Harbour. Launching on Disney Plus in December of 2020 is supposed to be WandaVision. Once more, no mention of this on Disney's theatrical slate, though again it is safe to assume the series will see a shift. As the series has supposedly wrapped production, it's possible it could be fast-tracked to swap slots with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. However, as the series is set to lead directly into November 2021's Doctor Strange sequel, it will likely be bumped into 2021. The series will star Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany as the Scarlet Witch and the Vision, and follow them living their ideal suburban life, though everything is not what it seems. Next up, The Eternals, originally set for that November 6, 2020 slot, will now release on February 12, 2021, itself taking the slot originally held by Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Eternals is the first installment of a new franchise in the MCU and will focus on the immortal race of supreme beings who were an offshoot of the evolutionary process created by the Celestials. It's rumoured the film will be a prequel taking place millions of years in the past and will see the Eternals travelling to Earth to protect it from their rivals, the Deviants. The film's ensemble cast will be headlined by Angelina Jolie, Richard Madden, Gemma Chan, Kit Harington, Kumail Nanjiani and Salma Hayek. It will be directed by Chloe Zhao. Set for release on Disney Plus in early 2021 is the LOKI series. Again, the production on this one has been halted, and though it's still possible a 2021 date could be hit, it's looking more likely to be later in the year. The series will star Tom Hiddleston as the God of Mischief Loki and chart his adventures following his thievery of the Tesseract during Endgame's time heist segment. May 7, 2021 will see the release of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, moving from its February 12 slot into one originally held by Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The film will introduce us to yet another new hero and potential franchise, Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, the MCU's first leading Asian hero. The movie will see Shang-Chi go head-to-head with terrorist organisation The Ten Rings, who have threads in the MCU going right back to the first film, Iron Man. The film will also mark the long-awaited first appearance of the MCU's real Mandarin. The film will star Simu Liu as Shang-Chi and Tony Leung as the Mandarin. It will be directed by short-term 12 director Destin Cretton. July 16, 2021 is the date set for the third entry in the MCU Spider-Man series. As this film's distribution will be handled by Sony and not Disney, it doesn't appear on the Disney release schedule, and it's unknown right now whether the shift of all the films around it will delay it as well. There's every possibility that it will cling to its current slot if the film's plot isn't too affected by the other films, though that would rely on the film still being able to hit its originally planned July 2020 production start, which I think is pretty optimistic at this point. Moving the movie into 2022 is also possible, but would mean overloading the year with 5 theatrical Marvel releases, and even for a diehard like me, even 4 movies and a bunch of television series a year is feeling a little overkill. I guess we just have to wait on word from Sony and see what happens next. The film will again star Tom Holland as Peter Parker Spider-Man and be directed by John Watts. Next up on November 5, 2021 is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, moving from May 7 and taking the slot originally held by Thor: Love and Thunder. Again, the details on this one are slim, but it's set to return Benedict Cumberbatch to the role of Dr. Stephen Strange and team him up with Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch. The film will be set in the immediate aftermath of Disney Plus's upcoming WandaVision series and is said to be the MCU's first horror movie. The first film's director Scott Derrickson was originally attached to direct the film, however dropped out of the production only a number of months ago. Rumours have been swirling, however, that the original Spider-Man trilogy director Sam Raimi has been approached to direct the film. Other Disney Plus Marvel series originally set to launch in 2021 include the Jeremy Renner-led Hawkeye and the debut of Miss Marvel. It's possible that both of these can still hit their release, though if others end up getting shuffled around, they probably will too. Likewise, the 2 Disney Plus series set for 2022, Moon Knight and She-Hulk, though these are probably more likely to stick their landings. 2022 will kick off with the 4th installment in the Thor franchise, Thor: Love and Thunder, on February 18, 2022, taking a release slot previously set for an unannounced Marvel Studios film, which I previously speculated would most likely be Captain Marvel 2. Love and Thunder is set to star Chris Hemsworth once again as Thor and Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. Natalie Portman will also return to her role of Jane Foster, marking her first appearance since 2013's Thor: The Dark World, with exception of course, an Avengers Endgame cameo, but that was taken directly from deleted Dark World footage. The film will see Foster wield the mighty Mjolnir as the first female Thor on the big screen. It will be written and directed by Ragnarok helmer Taika Waititi. May 6, 2022 is where things start to even back out again, with Black Panther 2 clawing onto its original release slot. Very scarce details have been released on this one, though Chadwick Boseman is set to return to the role of T'Challa, the Black Panther of Wakanda, and the original film's director, Ryan Coogler, is back on board to direct. July 8, 2022 will see Captain Marvel 2 taking the slot originally reserved for 2022's second unannounced Marvel film, which I think was probably Guardians 3. This is the first time Captain Marvel 2 has officially appeared on a Disney release schedule, however it was previously announced. Absolutely no details have been released just yet on the film, but it will once again star Brie Larson in the role of Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. Also worth noting, there's also one more untitled MCU film on the 2022 schedule, landing on October 7, 2022. My guess is that this is probably Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. One logical thought would be that Spider-Man 3 could slide into this slot, but it would be odd for Disney to just hand over one of their slots for a Sony film, even if they are a co-producer. Since Disney has never included a Spider-Man film on their release slate, I'd be surprised if that was the case here. As far as 2023 goes, no titles have yet been announced, but we can expect 4 films to land throughout the year. One on February 17, one on May 5, one on July 28, and one on November 3. One could guess that the previously announced Blade, starring Mahershala Ali, will take one of the slots, as well as the teased X-Men and Fantastic Four reboots. Word has also floated that a bunch of copyrights for an upcoming Ant-Man 3 were also taken out recently, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the return of Scott Lang and Hope Van Dyne in 2023 as well. And at that, we wrap our look at the newly reshuffled MCU release schedule, and I'm going to throw it over to you. I want to know, how do you feel about the new look changes to the schedule? Are you happy? Are you disappointed? What are your most anticipated releases and the ones you're most bummed to see knocked back? Fire away in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos and you'd like to see more like it in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen, as well as that like button down below for that little extra support. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.